All right, as promised, wanted to do a little video on Datura. So this is native plant to the southwest. This is Datura, part of the Solanaceae family. I just love the way that the flowers actually spiral open, as you can see here. It is a pretty warm day, so some of these flowers are wilted. Once they're pollinated, they wilt pretty quick. And then they start forming their fruits, which we have one right here, sometimes called a thorn apple. Datura is absolutely steeped in herbal history. Before we had asthma inhalers, there were asthma cigarettes that were prescribed by doctors. And Datura is an anticholinergic, which basically means when put into an asthma cigarette, it would cause the bronchi to open or vasodilate. So nowadays you might think, oh my gosh, smoking for an asthmatic, that sounds like a really bad idea. Yes, I would agree in general, but the herbs that asthma cigarettes were made of were all herbs that help to reduce spasm and open up the bronchi to help stop an asthma attack before it really got bad. Basically, asthma cigarettes were the inhalers of their day before we were able to make vaporized inhalers. So Datura is a toxic botanical, and it should not just be played with. It absolutely should be respected, but it is part of herbal history, and it is a very nice topical relaxant. So infused into oil, it's a much safer way to work with it, is infused into oil. You might have heard that Datura has some psychoactive components, and that is true. The problem is that you never know the concentration. And that's the problem with wanting to play with herbs without really knowing what you're doing, without really understanding the chemistry. It's that people can really hurt themselves by playing with plants like Datura without really knowing what they're doing. But there absolutely is reason to get to know this plant, and part of getting to know it is learning to honor it and to respect it. Just look at that ethereal flower, just with the faintest hint of purple. Oh, I just love it. It's the Solanaceae family, the nightshade family. Don't respect plants in the Solanaceae, and they can bring the shade of night, and that means death. But we can work with potentially toxic plants in respectful ways. We can honor the plant and the compounds within and be smart about using it, which means education and respect. It's a beautiful, beautiful plant.